Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Charuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. This will be the opening verse, or it's called the Mangala Charan. That is, Mangala is auspicious. Acharan is to begin. So, before any undertaking, these verses were meant to start an auspicious work. Vasudevam Sutam Devam. Vasudeva is Sri Krishna's father, Vasudeva. Suta is son. So Vasudevam, he is called Vasudeva, Sutandeva. And so the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of Kamsa and Chanura. Kamsa, Chanura, and Mardana. Devaki Paramananda, the joy of his mother Devaki. O Krishna, salutations to you, who are the teacher of the world. Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. So, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. So, it was discussed that we will chant the verse and you chant with me. Repeat it to me. As we're going to start the 15th chapter, each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is, in a way, a chapter, a book in itself. And yet at the same time, each chapter is linked to the other chapters. So the first verse of the 15th chapter, and it has been a very long tradition in many monastic orders, including ours, the Ramakrishna order, where we chant this chapter before eating. So the first verses, and it starts with Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Urdhva Moolam Adashakam. Urdhva Moolam Adashakam. Ashwatham Prahur Avyayam. Ashwatham Prahur Avyayam. Chandansi Yasya Parnani. Chandansi Yasya Parnani. Yastam Veda Saveda Ved. Yastam Veda Saveda Ved. We'll chant it all together one time. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Urdhva Moola Madashakam. Ashwatham Prahuravyayam. Chandansi Yasya Parnani. Yastam Veda Saveda Ved. So this is the first verse. And as we go on to the second and the third verse, what we'll do is we will start chanting from the first verse. So it is a kind of we'll put it in a rote memory. Now, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sri Bhagavan said. Uvacha is to say, Sri Bhagavan. What is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is one who has the bhagas. They are the six, you can say, powers. One who knows the birth and the end of all beings. One who knows the past, future of all beings. One who knows he has the powers of lordship and then the powers of glory and all the various powers that are there. So these are the six powers that a person who has is called a Bhagavan. They're the six Bhagas. Okay. We'll go through it. We won't go sideways. We'll just stick to the main kind of. Okay. The translation in my book is, they say that the people tree, which has its root upwards and the branches downwards, and of which the Vedas are the leaves, is imperishable. He who realizes it is a knower of the Vedas. Yes. Now, tree, yes, it has been a very ancient illustration to use the tree. Why? Because apart from it's one of the best allegories to show existence, because existence is kind of organic, everything joined together, and the tree is a kind of an organic kind of entity, and it's a very it's symbolic. Every religion has used a tree. Every religion, whether you call it in the Bible Adam and Eve, or in Babylonian mythology, you find it in all mythologies, you find that the tree, the symbol of the tree. So here we have this, but it is shown upside down. The roots are above and the branches are below. We'll explain what is that. In Vedanta, it is always to be remembered that when they are talking of creation, they're talking about on the big scale, huge scale of everything. They are also at the same time talking about the individual. This tree analogy can be used for both the individual and the cosmic. It's always like that. The people, they see only one side and then, oh, that's Vedanta. Oh, yeah, partly. But this is what it is also speaking about, the individual. Why? Because Vedanta wants you to understand that everything starts here. If you want to understand the universe, you got to understand it through this yourself. No amount of beliefs or reasoning will show you, oh, God created this world. They don't emphasize this so much. Yes, they will say, God created you. Oh, that's better. So in Vedanta, the stories of creation, etc., are just to kind of lead you to the understanding of yourself. Study yourself. And so Bhagavan is saying this, the first life is individual life, which is part of the cosmic life, is represented as tree. Now you're saying, where we don't see any tree upside down. And when you go near a river or a lake, you will see a tree upside down. Good. But this is exactly, that's what they're trying to say, that you are seeing this world upside down. You're living an upside down life. You've got to, how do I do? Then you connect the vision. You are seeing that tree, the reflection of the tree. You should see the real tree. Then your vision comes. So this is to kind of correct your vision. Hey, this is how it is. That is one explanation why they are using this begins with the first sloka itself, the upside down tree. It's not a new illustration, because this is also found in the Kathopanishad. In the Kathopanishad also, a very similar, you can say, verses. Urdham moolam avashakam esho asvatta sanatana. Tadeva shukram tad brahma tadeva amritam asnate. Tasmin lokashruta tadeva nanaitu pashyata. So the same slok, almost a slok. You can understand that this illustration has been taken from the Upanishads. So it's to show that there is a continuity of the tradition. So from the earliest sections of the Vedas to the later sections of the Vedas, and even beyond, there is a continuity. The illustration of a tree also is found in the Ashwa Parva of the Mahabharata. So there also is it. So everywhere in the Puranas and all, you're finding the illustration of a tree. So, in those days, it was a well-known illustration. So Bhagavan says, using well-known things to teach you, even if you have not read the other illustration, but you're seeing a tree. The trees are in a way a part of our existence. So you're used to see a tree. So Vedanta always will always use a known thing to teach you something unknown to you. You start from the known. So the simple translation first is Urdhva is up. High. It's above. Urdhva is above. The other meaning of Urdhva is also excellent. Something that is excellent. It's an Urdhva. We say Urdhvam Gacchati. So it's like something that's really excellent, which is transcendent. So that is also the meaning. Urdhva. So the root of this tree is excellent. Why? Because it is coming from the reality which is called Brahman. Okay, I think we slowly, as we keep on going, we will say the root or the source of this tree is an excellent, you can say, being called Brahman. So excellent source or highest source or root of the tree. Avashaka means the branches are down below. It is showing the beginning of creation. Nowadays, if you see all these diagrams about which species have arisen from which species, you will see them drawing in a kind of a diagram, like a tree, branches. So the branches are below. That is, from something which was not seen, now it can be seen. It is called avyakta, unmanifest. Now it is manifest. Slowly is coming. And Prahu, they say that it is imperishable. This tree is imperishable. It cannot be destroyed. Why? It can be destroyed. No, it cannot be destroyed. Ultimately, things change, but this will persist forever and ever and ever. But we see the end of creation, it only goes back to its unmanifest form, then again manifest. So that's why they say we cannot say where the beginning is and where the end is. So it is imperishable because it is going on and on and on and on and on and on for long, billions of years. Now, every tree is protected, you know what? By its leaves. If the tree does not have leaves, the tree will die. So that's why I'm saying the leaves are the Vedas. Chanda is Vedas. Because chandas are the meters in which the Vedic mantras had been kind of formulated, written. Chandansi yasya. Yasya means of the tree. The Vedas are the leaves. Why? Because the Vedas teach you what is righteousness, unrighteousness, all these things. One who knows this is a knower of the Vedas. Means one who knows the entire thing is a knower of the Vedas. Now, this is the simple, you can say, explanation of the sloka. However, Shankaracharya, in his commentary, he is very clear. You know what he says? In the preceding chapter, which is Gunatraya Vibhaga, the division of the three gunas, there the Lord says, one who knows these three gunas transcends them. So if you have the 14th chapter there, you don't have that. Yeah, so in the 14th chapter, the second last verse, you will find he is talking about how this chapter is related to it. He says that the Lord says, 27th, for I am the basis of Brahman, the indestructible and the immutable, the eternal, the dharma and the absolute bliss. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. So now Arjuna is kind of asking, how Sri Krishna, who is a kind of, like me, like a human, he says that I am the one who is the basis of Brahman. Who is this? And he's feeling so. And he's that Krishna is making such claim, even though he has seen the Vishwarupa Darshana, the cosmic form of God. He has already seen. And he was frightened. He said, I want to see her first. Even then, this question has come that he has seen the cosmic form of God. Brahman is even beyond this cosmic form. And here he's saying, oh, I am the basis of Brahman. Brahmano hi pratishtaham amritasya avyasya cha. And I am the eternal and I am the undecaying. Shashvatasya. I am there constantly. And I am the basis of dharma also. And you say, and I am the absolute bliss. So you say, how is this something? The idea is what happened. He's saying, the commentators say, this 15th chapter is actually to elaborate on that. This verse. That it's kind of a astounding claim that Krishna is making. I'm the establisher of all dharma and everything. How is this? So, and he also says in the 26th that is, those who have devotion to me, now to Krishna, those who have unswerving devotion to me, through the bhakti yoga, is saying, they will transcend all the three gunas. Now, again, this is another question. You, as a human, like me, you have devotion to me and you have to transcend all the gunas. So the 15th chapter technically is an elaboration of these two verses in the end of 14th chapter. Okay. So now we have always, you must remember that elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita also, they're talking about that creation begins always when Brahman is joined with Maya. Now, Brahman cannot actually join with Maya. The cause is ignorance. The cause is kind of superimposition. So suppose there's a mirror, Brahman is a mirror, and there's a flower put in front of a mirror. Now the mirror thinks, hey, I'm red. Yeah. So it's a kind of an error. It's a kind of superimposition. Okay. So, and the flower thinks, I'm so shiny here. Yeah. So the body thinks, I am the Atman. And the Atman thinks, I am a body. I have a body. So it's the mutual paraspara, that is superimposition. Maya is reflected in Brahman, and Brahman is reflected in Maya. And that is the beginning of all our troubles. Why does it happen? Well, it's Vedanta says, if you go try to find out where it started and why it started, better get out of this mess first. Then ask questions. Okay. First, break that bonds. So this was just to kind of give us, because we don't know this, that Maya and Brahman come together as it were nearby. Then creation begins. Creation in Vedanta or in all Indian philosophy starts with the mind. In the Puranas, we have Brahma suddenly sitting there meditating. And as he's meditating and meditating, the Vedas, the knowledge of the Vedas flashes in his mind. And then he says, oh, that's the first sound. And the whole universe comes out of that knowledge. And that knowledge which is translated as sound. That is why Om contains all the secrets of the Vedas. It is a symbol of Brahman in the highest form and lowest form also. And then everything comes out. So Brahma was sitting down and meditating. Creation comes from the mind. In every other philosophy, you will find mind comes afterwards. After a long evolution, over and over and over, then what? Suddenly, then we find, oh, mind is arising. But here we say, after the whole thing is evolving and evolving, evolving, then comes matter. Matter comes last. Okay. So, Purusha and Prakriti, they come together. Okay. And as it comes together, creation begins. So, the first evolution, the first product of this is called the cosmic mind. It's called a Hiranyagarbha, the golden egg, the golden womb. So from the first Brahman and Maya joined together, the first, that's why it's called the firstborn, Hiranyagarbha. What is Hiranyagarbha? It is the sum total of all the subtle minds in the universe. So in our bodies, I was telling you, what happened, but in our bodies, then, in our bodies, that same Hiranyagarbha is called, the gross body is called Vishwa, Taijasa, is called the shining one. Okay. I'll break it up to you later on. So the first evolution is that cosmic, can say, body of Brahman. Now, is this just philosophy? Sri Ramakrishna actually, he saw one time, he went to pluck flowers from a tree, and he plucked, and as he plucked, kind of a sap came out of that tree, and immediately he saw all the trees in the world are like so many garlands round that cosmic person. He saw the cosmic person huge, in saying, after that I could not pluck flowers. Everything is like a garland for him. Why should I take it and put it here in front of a deity? Many of his experiences tally with what Vedanta has been saying. But there is a cosmic entity. So the commentator says, from the roots comes a trunk. That trunk is intelligence, and the intelligence is called cosmic intelligence. The word is Hiranyagarbha. In us also, there is that Hiranyagarbha here also. Tell me if it is not kind of clear. Okay, I leave some time for the questions. I need to go into some technical details because later on it will become easier as we proceed. Because the technical things have to be taken care of first. Because or put those technical things later on. My style is Michael that the first only. It's better. It's better that way. So that's a trunk of the tree. Other shaka, that is branches below. So the branches are saying they come out, but this whole tree is called, as we have read, Ashwatham. Shankaracharya nicely explains it, Though it is saying imperishable, it is everlasting, and this and that, he breaks it out. This will not last till tomorrow. At the dawn of knowledge, it disappears. So tomorrow, in the sense of in the near future or tomorrow, or when you get it is completely destroyed for you. It will keep on running for others. But for you, Ashwatha, no, Swa does not stay. Astha, that which does not last till tomorrow. Swa is tomorrow. Stha is that which stays. Is does not stay till tomorrow. That which will not stay till tomorrow. That is, now we are in the state of seeing this tree. There will come a time it will not remain for you. Ashwatha. That's why the Ashwatha. This is what happens when they use such words, which has double, triple, four meanings. Every word has kind of a huge implication. Why is it? It is because it is conjured up by Maya. Maya, see, Maya is not something bad or horrible or this and that. Oh, Maya. No. Otherwise, we will never be able to understand what is Brahman if it wasn't for Maya. Yeah. What is this? It's like a silkworm, it wraps itself around its own cocoon. First, it has to get trapped. But in that trap, it develops itself. And as it develops itself, slowly, it becomes what? Free. It breaks open. So Maya, in a way, is revealing that Brahman. But Maya itself will disappear when it keeps helping. Maya or nature or whatever. So we have this idea, oh, terrible. Yeah, there are some who make it terrible. Sri Ramakrishna made it. Mother is Maya. You go to her and she will let you off. So this is Ashwatha. That is created by. Why? Because there's the word, the Avyayam, imperishable. Why is it called imperishable? Beginningless, anyway. Because it supplies all the needs to all the jivas which are part of that tree. There are innumerable jivas. I mean, from the beginning, from, say, a bacteria to a big, long, old tree or whatever, to a gorilla, to a chimpanzee, to everybody. These are all jivas. And it is supplying everything to everybody. Why? For their experiences. So this tree can be cut away tomorrow by a knowledge, the knowledge of the self, knowledge of the Atma will go. But it is imperishable, as it were, and eternal, as it were, because it is giving everybody everything. We say, I never got this, I never got that. Actually, no. It's completely wrong. You are getting everything for your sustenance in this body, for your experience with this. And not only that, it is being given to every form of jiva. Everyone is getting that. The supply is unlimited. So this when the supply is unlimited, giving everybody to everything, you will find that it is saying, yes, it is imperishable, it is eternal, it is this, it is that. It cannot be eradicated. It can be eradicated. Tomorrow it will be destroyed. But it will be destroyed only with the knowledge of the Atman, the self. Otherwise, this tree will keep on going over and why? Because there are innumerable jivas. Innumerable. And at this moment, every jiva, at least in this plane, Venkatesh was saying, there are 14 worlds. Yeah, if you see not only 14, between the 14, there are some more additional, like annexes. There are others going over and over. So at every level, there are these jivas and they are experiencing. So this is the tree of experience. The whole universe is a tree. It's a place for experience. Are you sure? Of course. See how we experience the body? We are experiencing the body. The body is also a tree. As I said, Vedanta will show you both sides, this side and this side, both, and links both together. You cannot say, oh, God is somewhere out there, very far away. No. Vedanta will say, no. Yesterday, I was having a discussion on Mount Rainier with a group of young children, and they were kind of trying to say, God is the creator. Yeah, we like that. But then in our Vedanta, we say, creator and creation is one. So that is the first time they heard such thing. Wherever you find creation, you will find a creator. If you want to search the creator, who started this whole thing? Search here. But we could have to go outside there, somewhere in heaven, in the 14 worlds or somewhere high. And you don't have to. It is here. So the first evolution, when Prakriti starts manifesting, is Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic, subtle bodies of all things. So that is the beginning. Where is it? Here. That Hiranyagarbha is within here. In the individual is called, as I said, Taijasa, shining. What shines? The intellect, your intelligence is the only thing shining within us. And ultimately, we are judged by this intelligence of us. Not from where you are, what you are. Finally, it comes down, your identity is your intelligence. That's why it's called shining. And it has other meanings also, because it shines in dreamless sleep. When you go there and when you dream, you see the dreams by that inner light itself. So that's the light of that Hiranyagarbha, that Teja shining. So I was telling those young boys and girls, and they were not believing. No. And he's saying, actually, there is no word translated as creation. It's Srishti. Srishti is translated as creation, but it is actually wrong. So it is called projection. Projection? Yes, there's, as I said, Brahma, Om. He projects the sound. So this whole thing they say is a projection. And in the Upanishad, they give an example, illustration, like a spider. maybe not liking the spiders, but spider is a hero there in the Upanishads. Like a spider will throw its web from itself and then pull it back into itself. So God throws out, projects this whole universe from itself and then pulls it out back in. So where is God? See the creation and only a part of it. Part of it. As a Tripadasya Udar. So one part of it he projects. So this tree is a projection of God. Now, projection can go in various ways, this side, this side, this side, this side. And people say, there is no justice, there is no here, everything is kind of madness here, there is no God, there's no ruler, everybody takes whatever they want and all. Everything, by saying that it's a tree, and the tree is very organic, it is very organized. It's a very ancient form of life. We have come from these trees only. They are in a way our distant cousins. We are their distant cousins. Almost the same genetic material which is in us is there in them also. That's why we can eat from them. Suppose they had some other genetic material. You think we would have survived? It has to match. So by saying it is a tree, the whole thing is a very step-by-step organized way things are being projected. It is not randomness. You might find some random here and there, but the whole thing is the growth, organic growth. Slowly, it is spreading. Like I say, the branches are below, it keeps on spreading from the trunk, which is intelligence, Hiranyagar. Okay. And I said again, the leaves are the Vedas, because they have all this. This tree is protected by what Vedas means, knowledge. If you want to go back to the source, you will have to know the leaves. Because the leaves point out, like I said, what is right, what is wrong, how one has to sacrifice, all these kind of things. They teach us the knowledge. They're teaching the knowledge of that tree. But we are not understanding, we're not reading that properly. We're reading something else. So when you're reading this, the Vedas means what? I have to read those. You're saying you have to study Sanskrit and you'll have to study little, and then you can study the Vedas. And it's a big headache. No, it's like that. Vedas means knowledge. Knowledge. Huh? In Vedanta again, if you study one grain of sand, you can know the nature of the whole universe. If you study one drop of water, you'll know what is the whole oceans. So you don't have to go to the Pacific this side or go to that side to the Atlantic. What's the water? You study this water here. So anything you take up becomes the Vedas. Vedas is knowledge. One who knows this is a knower of the Vedas, they say. One who knows this, the tree here, the individual tree, is a knower of the Vedas. Now, what is the knower of the Vedas? Vedavit, Vedavit. They say this Vedas, this will lead you to the ultimate, they call liberation. That is the idea of what the Vedas is. Again, Vedas means it's a mind of God. You see, we said God created this world. We projected this world. How did he project? Through the mind. And what is in the mind? Knowledge. So when you know the Vedas, you know the mind of God. And what's the mind of God? The Vedas. Yes, Vedas and mind of God. It's knowledge. So this creation projection is a projection of what? Knowledge. Why? If you can study the flower, you can keep on studying the flower, you can understand everything. You study the wood, piece of wood, you can study this, you can study that. Anything you study, everywhere there is actually knowledge. But we find everything ignorance. Horrible. That person, what an ignorant fellow is. What a stupid fellow. Useless. What did I do? What wrong? If you can understand that intelligence is at the basis of everything, the beginning and the middle and the end. You know it, you're the knower of the Vedas. You know the mind of God. God in the sense, mind of Hiranyagarbha. Because they say in the Upanishad, tapasa chiyate through tapas, Brahman expanded. So creation has come from expansion of what? Knowledge. But then you're talking about this Purusha and Prakriti, Brahman and Maya, and ignorance. Maya reveals that Brahman. That's why no? we have that negative idea. Maya is very bad. Taking us for a ride all the time. No. So it is revealing knowledge. How? For those who are sincere to know what is inside them, Maya takes. This is how this illustration of roots upside down, the branches below, the leaves of the tree are the Vedas. One who knows this tree is a knower of the Vedas. And once you know it, then what happens? Oh, it is not. It's for you, it has disappeared. Like when you're seeing that upside down tree, you're seeing it in the lake, the edge of the lake, you are sitting there and you're seeing like we are crossing down the Lake Washington, you're coming this side and seeing everything. You're seeing things straight up, the right side up, and then things upside down also. So you have to see the right side up. How do you know it's right side up? Because you can see what is wrong side up. Because you can see the wrong side up, then there is a right side up there. So we are seeing this world upside down. Everything. Ramakrishna says, what a creation is this? The root of everybody is here and it is on top. He also says, everybody's root is here and it is on top. This is actually Urdhva Mula. Urdhva Mula, Adashaka, Ashwatham Prabhu. So our lives are actually, as they say, ulta, upside down. Everything is wrong. You're seeing things upside down. So the moment you turn your attention, hey, that's the right side up, you will see that Brahman in the tree as part of that tree. And that is cutting this tree with the, later on will come, Asanga Shastrena Dridena Chita. You have to cut this tree with the strong sword of non-attachment. But as I say, there was one king who his ophthalmologist said, see, your eyesight is growing bad. You should see everything green. When you see green, It will be restful for the eyes, and everything will be nice. So he called that painter and said, paint everything green. That minister comes and says, wait, what is this nonsense? What's happening? Hey, imagine everything was green. So, no, king's orders. The king orders, everything should be green. So wait. He goes to the king and said, what is this? Yeah, the doctor said to have my eyes not go more bad, to see everything green. When we were young, we used to hear that, must see green things, and so your eyes will become the folk myth. Then he said, wait. He brings a green pair of glasses and gives it to the king. I see everything green. So it is our perception. Change the whole perception. Oh, I was seeing the whole tree upside down. Now it is right side up. That is when you cut that tree completely and it's gone, broken. So where do you find Brahman? Where do you find Atman and all? Here. In this projection, which is Maya, is pushing us. Otherwise, Brahman cannot be. Otherwise, what was the point of the whole thing? Now you can, in Vedanta, you should not ask this. What is the point in the whole thing? Because the boss is someone else. You are not the boss. You cannot question that. And then even why comes only after everything has started. It cannot answer things before it started. Why means something happened and then it's something, the result of that. Why is come later. How? Yeah, how it starts. Yeah, you can. We are showing that delineation. So this is, to recap, it speaks about projection of what? Of Brahman itself. God himself, Eko Ham Bhavishyami, I am one, let me be many. Swamiji keeps on over and over here, this, everything is divine. And even the Bhagavad Gita, I think 5th chapter, Daivi Yesha Gunamaya, this Maya of mine is divine. It's not that ordinary 30, it's deluding you, killing you. No, it's divine. And Swamiji has kept on saying, until and unless you understand that this creation is divine, Sri Ramakrishna himself saw everything is divine. Swamiji didn't want to believe that. I'll give this incidents and then I'll close for questions. Let me know. Should I go on? Okay, then let's go on. Swamiji was sitting down and he was reading to Sri Ramakrishna Ashtavakra Gita, and he was, these sages must be a little mad. How can I? So Sri Ramakrishna said, listen, don't criticize them. I am telling you to read to me. Because he didn't want that Rishi Ninda, that's a sin of criticizing the Rishis. So then he closes the book, he goes out, and Hazra, his friend, Hazra, the great Hazra Mosai, is sitting down there and he's saying, see, they're laughing both. And saying, this pot is God and this is God and everything. And Hazra also is laughing and he was like, anything can be more foolish than that. And Sri Ramakrishna came out of his room. What are you doing? Both are laughing. Then he touches Swamiji and he says, immediately, I saw the whole thing as divine. And Swami, he was clever. He keeps quiet. But of course, Sri Ramakrishna knows what's happening there. He sees everything as divine, Brahman. And then, saying for 3 continuous days, and his mind then comes slightly down below. As it comes, he sees the whole world like a dream. And in these 3 days, like the carriage is coming towards him, he doesn't feel like moving. What's this? The same material is here, it's there and everywhere. He's seeing everything as consciousness. Everything as consciousness. And then he's saying, my God. Then after 3 days, his mind came. When he was eating, he felt as if he's feeding someone else. There's no hunger, he's eating. His mother was saying, I think he's eating little and then lying down. And she's saying, oh, something is wrong, something serious is wrong with him. And then he's getting up again, sitting down, eating, and he's saying, as if he's feeding someone else. Then, like I said, after 3, mind comes down, and he was walking. That park is the Hedua Park. They're still there. But there were iron railings. He wanted to see whether they are real or no, a dream. Everything appeared like a dream. He took it and tried to hit his head against that railing to see whether they're real or no. So the whole world appears at the dream. And then after that, the mind came even down. Then he saw the world like this. Then he realized that what the rishis had said, what Vedanta said, is actually true. He never doubted it anymore then. Now, that vision, everything is that Brahman. Then his mind comes slightly down. He sees everything as a kind of dream-like. And then it comes down more, and it becomes this world. So we also have 3 levels. One is this physical body. If you are in the physical body, you will experience this physical world. Yeah, you cannot go do anything anymore. You have to experience the world physically. So that's why the external in the Vedanta is said the external reality, samashti, the totality, is called Virat. And the individual here, physical individual, is called Vishwa. Virat, it's like Virat Purusha, the cosmic man, cosmic person. And since the macrocosm and the microcosm is the same, so I am a part of that cosmic man, Virat. So I am Vishwa, and that is Virat. Then deeper is that Hiranyagarbha on the collective. And inside individual, it is Taijasa, shining. Then the whole thing is merged inside. It is called Ishvara. And here in the individual, it is called Prajna, knower. We won't go so far, don't worry. This is just to show you that these people, they thought about this, the collective and the individual also part of that. The example they give is, what? A forest and a tree inside. So we are all trees. Where? In the forest. Vedanta gives us this. So what we see the trees only, we miss the forest. So the forest is that God, in its totality, and the trees are okay. So this tree represents us and the totality. It's a huge, place. Like I said, it is giving everybody whatever they want to experience in this life. Everybody gets it. An ant gets it, a mosquito gets it, I get it, one elephant gets it, one blue whale gets it, one redwood tree gets it, everybody gets everything. So you know that the boss here is all powerful. He knows how to get things done. Sri Ramakrishna one time, in one of his, visions, he says, I saw a long bearded person putting one grain of rice in everybody, feeding everybody. He had a bowl of rice and feeding everybody. So God actually is giving everybody. Nobody can say God never gave me this. No, He gave plenty of things. Yeah, there were plenty. Some people they're full of misery and this and that. Don't have to blame God. You got these because of your past experiences. You got it. But you will get it. You will experience these things. You have to experience. And that the object of experience is also made here. And this is how this is a huge. In some other illustration, we are like little birds on this tree. So in the birds are chirping. We are living on this tree of Brahman. Yeah. So as we now see, always keep in mind this projection and the projector. Why I said this, the beginning of this chapter was nothing but to elaborate on that 14th chapter, the last verses. Why is that? Yeah, this is how. Because how does one person transcend the three gunas? The three gunas of Prakriti. How can you? By worshipping God. Bhakti Yogena se by worshipping God, you can do that. Now, all this Vedanta that we are seeing now, oh my God, how to do that? How the whole thing, worship Krishna. Oh, who has come as Ramakrishna? It's better for us. And Krishna Janmashtami is also coming anyway. So once you're worshipping, now you say, oh, where is this Krishna? I mean, for this Krishna. One time, there were discussions, Swamiji and so Swamiji offhandedly, Krishna or any other fellow? And Swami Sri Ramakrishna, what? He thought he just put Krishna or any other fellow. What? At that point, Swamiji was young. He did not understand what Krishna was or is. Later on, he understood. So at that point, for us also, Krishna, human being like us, and he was just on the Mahabharata and this and that and all that. The whole Mahabharata, he was there, and the Bhagavatam is there. He's there, everywhere. He has played mischief. He had done all these pranks and all. So we are seeing the human side of him, but we don't see the other, this highest form. How devotion to him can lead us beyond this tree, this whole tree. So I said the whole of creation is a tree. The human being also is a tree, can be uh, can be replicated, and God also is there in this the whole thing. So you want to search God? Find this God here within this, because God is there in the creation, as I said. So you have to search it here. Where you have to search God? I think I have to go to that Kailash, or we have to go to that Vrindavan, or we'll go to Vaikuntha Dham. You can go if you want to, but it's better if you can go inside here. That God who started the whole thing. Because as I said, Urdhva Mula, the excellent source, or the best source, or the highest root. Where is it? It's in you. So your source, your root is actually in God. You will go no to this 23 and plus me and all that, kind of 24 and all that. Finding that genealogies and this. That's nice. You can go over. But if you really want to find out where you have come from, you don't have to go to 23 plus me. You go inside, and find out deeper and deeper and deeper. You will go, you will find God. That's why Sri Ramakrishna said, you try to search who is this I, and then you will find it is thou, God. This is what, by using this kind of huge illustration and this and that, is trying to tell us that ultimately, this is what it is. Your root is this. The highest root is God. And that God is here. So, if you read the life of Sri Ramakrishna, you will find constantly that he's saying he is experiencing that God here within. And for us, till that time, we go there. When we go there, we can, individual existence, an individual tree for us, we can be cut. Then we can transcend the three gunas. Whatever we transcend the three gunas, what is beyond the three gunas? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Beyond that is that which is beyond the three gunas, God. That is where we end up. So we begin with ourselves and end up with God. Or it's the other way around also. God began with itself and it ended up with us. With Sri Ramakrishna used to say, I can see God wearing like so many masks going about. Yeah. And when he used to go to Calcutta also, he said, like, God is wearing so many masks. And saying, even the prostitutes, they say, hey, Ramani, how are you? It's been a long time. I never saw. And the women there, they were so scandalized. What is this? Saying, I saw the Divine Mother there also. Everywhere. So Sri Ramakrishna saw not Maya, but that same divinity. That divinity as it were taken the form through Maya. So he saw the whole thing as divine. You might as well start here. When we find, okay, this is the divine year. And as we understand, this is the divine year. This is our root. Then the whole thing is over for us. Okay, but then don't worry, we have more verses to go through. We're not going to end here. It gets more and more interesting. Now he has stated the big picture. First, always in Vedanta, what they do is, first that big picture they show, and then they start showing you the details. This, this. They keep on showing the detail, the small picture. And then once you've seen the other smaller picture, then you start connecting the dot and go back to the big picture. They're saying, oh, it's like always relate everything to it. So your life has to be related to God. This become one who knows it is the knower of the Vedas. The knower of the Vedas. You don't need to study the Vedas. All knowledge. Vedas, like I said, it's the mind of God. Certain rishis, what they did was, with their purified minds, they could get in touch with that mind of God, Brahma's mind. It's called a Mahat, cosmic mind. You know what? I think in one of my talks I was talking, the first to come out from the unmanifest is the cosmic mind. It's a huge mind. So from that cosmic mind, the second thing that comes out, or the first thing that comes out of the cosmic mind is the sense of I. I. Everywhere is I. That is why you see everywhere there's an I. In trees, in plants, in birds, animals, insects, everywhere there's an I. You cannot escape it. So the I is everywhere. So it has come from the mind, it has come to this I. And from there, everything else has come. So whose I? God's I. But not mine. As long as you say, yeah, it's mine, you see the tree. Once you see that is God's eye, the tree has vanished for you. Okay.